Okay, welcome to another character introduction, and today I'll be talking about Cyno, a 5-star electro poem character, gonna release in 3.1. So, firstly, his normal attack nothing really special because his normal attack is gonna be replaced by his elemental burst lately, and his E. So basically, a direct damage ability. Two forms. One is under the second form deals higher damage and needs to be like it triggers under elemental burst, and under elemental burst like the second form will increase his elemental burst extended for another 4 seconds. So you probably like once you put the skill uh use the skill under elemental burst, definitely. And his key concept is elemental burst. So similar to Raiden's Q, he converts to another form, and all his attack is converted to electro damage, and he'll gain this new scaling pretty high. And his EM and resistance also increase. So EM increased by 100. This form lasts for 10 seconds, and you can extend it to 18 seconds if you use E in this form. Like each E increased 4 seconds and a maximum of 18 seconds. So pretty nice. CD is 20 seconds, but considering it can last for 18 seconds, so pretty sweet. However, like the energy cost is pretty is quite high. It's 80, so you probably like need someone to recharge his energy for him, or like you probably like, or you might need to give him some energy regeneration. But I haven't been testing about it. So anyway, let's move on. His passive is also really important because it increases damage by a whole lot. So first, like under his elemental burst, and after he uses E, this E will increase by 35%. So pretty sweet. The original scaling is not high. It's not that high, but more importantly, it fires free electro bolt that deals 50% off his damage. So 3 bolts times 50% is 150. But even for like, but 150 isn't that high to be honest. However, if we look at his second passive, we will see what is crazy about it. So his electro bolt damage increases by 250% off EM. So this is what is crazy about his electro bolt. So each bolt is increased by 250%. So 3 bolts, that's 750%. So every time he uses E, it deals like probably around a 400 to 500 attack scaling plus 750% of his EM damage, and this is super crazy. So you probably want to build EM on Cyno. At like you want to build crit rate, crit damage at and EM at the same time. So he is like really hard to build. You really need like lots of attack stats on him in order to let him perform well. And his normal attack, like under his Q, is also increased by 125% off his EM. So definitely, yeah, you want to build EM on him. His EM is just like his attack, same importancy. So build EM, or maybe like EM plays a more important role for Cyno. I haven't done the calculation, but definitely you want to build some EM on him. So his basic stats. So at level 90 for 120 per attack. This is at the medium level. It's not too high, not too low. At the medium level, pretty good. Bonus crit damage, really, really good. So personally, I think giving a character bonus crit damage is better than giving a character crit rate, because like in some cases you can build your character's crit rate to 100, and any number, like any amount above this is useless, but for crit damage you can build as high as you want. So definitely his base stats is really sweet, but his HP is kind of low, so beware, don't let him die. And let's look at the Constellation. So C1 increases like attack speed by 20%. It works for Elemental Burst as well. So it probably like increases the DPS by 15%, I guess. And C2 is really strong, so whenever he hits with a normal attack, it increases crit rate by 3%, crit damage by 6%, and it can stack up to 5 stack, which is 15 and 30. So crit rate by 15 and crit damage by 30. And it's really easy to stack 5 stacks, really strong. C4 is kind of like strange because he has main DPS, like he is a main DPS character, and you're saying like it restore energy for his other teammates. It doesn't like give himself any energy, so I don't think like this is a really good C4, but it's definitely not useless, but just as not good as other C4. His C6 basically means like every time he uses his E under his elemental burst, it gives him 4 sec, and every time he uses his normal attack and hits an opponent, it will fire out off an additional bolt. So basically, it's saying like your E fires 3 bolts, and you normal attack 4 times, and fire out 4 additional bolts. So it definitely increases damage by a lot. And it makes C6 Cyno like it really makes C6 Cyno want to build his EM, because his EM plays a more important because like this boat the damage is mainly dependent on his EM, right? So you definitely want to build some EM like after your Cyno reaches C6. But anyway, let's move on to his overall rating. So so his role is definitely main DPS. As C0, his damage is not that high because his skilling isn't that crazy. But after he reaches C6 with all those buff, and more importantly, C3 increase for similar to Raiden's because like Raiden's C3 increases elemental burst damage, and his normal attack is dependent on his elemental burst. This is like same where it works the same as Cyno, so his Constellation increases damage by a lot. So C1 increases damage, C2, C3, C6, C5 increase part of his damage, but 1, 2, 3, 6 all increases his damage. And if you add them together, times them together, it increases his damage by a whole lot. But anyway, let's move on. His support ability at C0, support ability at C6. I probably giving it 60 is too high. I'm just gonna say like 40 because it generate his teammates energy, but it's not that high. I think it isn't that useful. It's definitely not useless, but I don't think it's super useful. So I would just say 40 out of 100. I type 60, but just ignore 60. I would just say 40. Team adaptability. You probably want to put Cyno with a Dendro character, but currently considering we only have like Dendro Traveler, Tinari, and Kalai, and none of them is actually like a really good Dendro support. So currently, he is in a really awkward state because Kazuha is basically his best support right now, and Bennett doesn't work really well on him because he relies on his EM and attack at the same time. So it kind of like his overall stats. But you can put that Bennett with him, but it doesn't work as well as it does not work as well as other characters. So yeah, so definitely like he is not super good at his current state, but after Nahida comes out, because Nahida is a Dendro support, he will become really good. I promise. And Constellation improvement, yeah, definitely 88 of 100. I probably will give him like 90 out of 100. Key constellation C2, C6. Like C1 is also like a key constellation. C3 is also key constellation. So basically, like he has 4 key Constellation that increases damage by a lot. But it's just gonna put like C2 and C6 because I think it increases damage by the most. And overall rating like 85 100. I mean, this is actually like too high for right now, but I'm considering the factor of Nahida in the future, so I'm giving him 85 100. So if you really like Cyno, you can get him because he might not perform so well currently, but after Nahida comes out, he will definitely perform wow. And let's look at his weapons. So his weapon's super good. It basically means like increase like at R1, it increases damage attack by like 130% off his EM after he stacks like this buff by 3 times. So currently, Shelling can like stack for 3 times. Like it's really hard for Hu Tao to stack for 3 times. But if Hu Tao can stack this buff by 3 times, this weapon will be equivalent as Homa to Hu Tao. And for future poem character like that relies on EM, they can all use this weapon because this weapon like if crit ray, this his ability, like his this weapon is just so good. Uh, yeah, like definitely get one if you're playing like if you're planning to get Cyno. If you're not like if you're not getting Cyno, you can probably get one for a future character if you're rich enough. But anyway, this is all your decisions. So yeah, so this is all I got for today, and the next character I'll be talking about is like Niru. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.